What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to some more Hitman 2. This is an achievement/trophy guide for Ghost of the Jungle, which requires you to complete the Colombia-based mission Three-Headed Serpent on Master difficulty. So let's get in here and get it done. So starting off, obviously, we are going to choose the Colombia-based mission Three-Headed Serpent. In the planning phase, we're going to take a very basic approach here. We're going with the fiber wire, the coin, and our ICA-19 silenced pistol. Nothing special going on here, just make sure that you put the game on Master difficulty. From the start here, we want to immediately turn to our right and go over to this area where the mechanic is. We're going to want to take out the mechanic, hide his body, and pick up the glue that he drops. Now, sadly, this lady is going to be our next victim. Go ahead and take her down. She should be around this area if you've done it fast enough. She might be a little bit further down the road, whatever. But you're going to want to pick up the key that she drops and head over here because this is actually the door to the pharmacy that she owns and runs and lives in possibly. But you want to make your way right over here and just go ahead and open it up with the pharmacy key, and you should be able to grab some lethal poison off of the table here, or some lethal poison pills. We'll use those later. Right now, what we're going to go and do is we're going to go and kill Andrea Martinez to begin with. So just through this window is where Andrea Martinez is going to meet with somebody else. They're going to have a nice little conversation, and we're just going to hang out here and wait for them to finish their conversation. When they do, go ahead and throw a coin in this corner as she walks past in order to get her to come back into the room and look around and wonder what the heck's going on. You want to do this when she's walking out of the room, because otherwise there will still be other people in this room who will also stop, and you won't be able to kill her as easily as I'm about to right here. So just subdue her and then toss her out the window and make your way out of here and over to the hippies room. If you don't know where that is, you can just follow along with the video.
Martinez is down. Good work.
As we go up these stairs, we're going to see two people up here. There's going to be the hippie just hanging out and some other random dude. We need that other random dude to get the heck out of here. So what we're going to do is just come over to this corner, and we're going to drop our pistol just at the end of the walkway here. We want it to be visible so that the guy who's going to walk over here in a moment sees it and then runs to go and tell a guard or security or police or whatever. Go ahead and throw a coin down. He should come over here instead of the hippie. The hippie will just hang out and be like, dude, what's up? Let this guy come over, notice your gun, and then run off. Once he does, you're going to want to pick up your gun, pick up your coin, then go ahead and take out the hippie. He will drop a key into the room that is right next to you guys, which is actually the room that he's staying in. So go ahead and drag his body in there as well after getting the key, and then we're going to want to take his disguise. Now that we've got his disguise, we can go ahead and interact with the cocaine souvenir that is right here on the table. Make sure that you put the poison pills in it first before gluing it back together, because we're going to deliver this to Jorge Franco in order to kill him. Now, all you have to do is wait for these guards to walk on through. No big deal here. Anyways, continue along and come down to the street level, and then just follow along with the video. There's going to be a camera over here that we're going to have to take out, and while we're over here, after we take out the camera, make sure to drop your pistol, because you are about to get frisked, because we're going to go and just straight up meet with Jorge. So take out that camera, like I said, drop your pistol, and then just head over here to get frisked.
That's good. Keep those arms there. Don't move. If I find something, I'm gonna crucify you. Okay, man. Vamos. All right. Mr. Franco is expecting you in the caves below.
Now that we've successfully passed the frisking, we can go ahead and follow this guy in the red shirt here. We're going to follow him for a good distance, except for the fact when we get to just about the room where Jorge is, we want to go ahead and take him out and then drag him a pretty long distance in order to hide his body. So I'll see you guys when we do that and we're about to meet Jorge.
So I guess all that make love not work thing has sort of lost its luster, huh?
I live by my own rules.
Now that that guard has been dispatched, we can just continue along the path that he was taking us right up into Jorge's kind of lab area, I guess. You can go right up to Jorge and have a nice little conversation with him. He'll say that he wants to try out your cocaine or something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure what the storyline is here with the cocaine souvenir, but all you're going to want to do is just follow him back over to his little table, and you're going to want to put the cocaine souvenir down on the table and then start moving upstairs to get Rico.
Oh, no creo. A real hippie. Hippies out, man. Trippy.
Once upstairs, Jorge will eventually die, which is good because he's one of our main targets. So after the poison has killed him, you can just go ahead and focus on getting Rico. Now, I didn't want to grab this guard. I wanted to grab a different guard that's in this hallway, but it's no big deal. We just need a guard and a disguise. So go ahead and take this guard out, and then you're going to want to drag his body actually across to the other side of the hallway. I left him here for a second while I picked up all of his things. After you go and hide his body, you're going to want to put on his clothes. Now with his clothes, we're going to want to walk around these halls pretty freely. There is one guy that is going to be able to see through your disguise. This was the security guard I was hoping to knock out. Maybe in your playthrough you'll be able to lure him into the hallway and knock him out. It'll make this part go by a little bit quicker, but he's pretty easy to get past. What we're going to want to do is two things in this hallway. The first one is we're going to want to go into this left side room and take out the security cameras by destroying the system. Then after doing that, we're going to want to head to the end of the hallway and grab a screwdriver from Rico Delgado's torture room. Then we can go back and grab our hippie disguise and make it all the way back down and around and through the area until we get back to that bush where we hid our pistol. So I'll see you guys when we get there. Now that we've got our pistol back, we're going to want to head down to the dock area so that we can get a submarine technician disguise. So these two guys down here are going to be arguing. This first guy right here, we need him to go away. So go ahead and drop a gun on the ground. He'll notice it after a little bit and he'll take it to go and show a guard. What you're going to want to do in that amount of time is lure the other guy to come out so that you can knock him out and then go and grab his clothes so that you can assume the position of the submarine tech.
Shit. It's not a fake. That's for sure.
So now that we have the submarine clothing, we can go down into the basement where the submarine is actually located. So just follow the path that I'm taking. We're going to have to go into a bar and talk to the bartender, who will give us a key in order to get down into the basement, and then just continue along the path until we actually get to the submarine, and I'll talk to you guys when we get there.
You're that guy who got injured, right? Didn't expect to see you back here so quickly.
I heal quickly.
Muy bien. It's nice to see you again. Here's the key to the basement.
An underground cave system with a submarine. This must be what ties the militia and the cartel together, 47.
Now that we're at the submarine, we're going to go ahead and sabotage it with the screwdriver that we grabbed earlier on, and then we want to go and find the guy who will actually go and tell Rico Delgado that we're ready to test the submarine. It's this guy right here in the cowboy hat. Now, with him going to tell Rico, we want to grab the controls of the submarine, and we're going to crank the engine up to a nice 3. You can see on the monitor right there that it's currently at a 1. We're going to want to crank that up to a 3, and then just wait for Rico Delgado to get here and to get into position so that we can crank it up to a 4, and it'll basically just ram into him and send him flying into the ocean. So you can see now I've cut ahead to where Rico is actually here. He's talking about how he wants to hear it roar, turn it up louder, blah 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 blah. Wait for him to walk up in front of it, and then just go ahead and crank it up to 4 and watch him gloriously die, and then make your escape, and you are all done.
All targets neutralized. This should paralyze the cartel, 47. Now head for an exit.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you. If it did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, favorite, all that fun junk. Check down the description, some awesome links, some awesome things, my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch channel, a bunch of other things you might be interested in. Thank you for joining me. Keep it here for more achievement/trophy/collectibles guides, more Hitman 2, and a bunch of other things. Until tomorrow, ta-ra.